Hey everyone, how are y'all? Courtney, how are you? Hey Scott, how are you? I hope you all had a wonderful 4th of July. Alright, if y'all have not done so, please hit the thumbs up, put your chat on live chat. And if y'all hear the fireworks in the background, please don't pay them any attention because they are like super loud tonight. I'm trying to change my. Maisie, how are you? You hitting the eye with a bottle rocket? Oh, Elsie. That's not good. Hey, Vapor. You're gonna have to excuse me because I'm eating ice cream. That's why I was late. Betty Joe, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm eating ice cream.
That's all right. I'm eating pineapple.
Well, I thought about it right when I had like 30 seconds left. I was like, damn, I'm gonna have to go get some before I go live. Maisie, you're very welcome.
So, yeah, we had the best fireworks show.
I bet you Bubbles loved it.
Oh, she did.
Oh my god.
It's
Elsie, 15 days in the hospital with a detached retina.
who?
Elsie said that when she was 16, she got hit in the eye with a bottle rocket.
Oh man.
Ow.
Yeah, they went to South Carolina and got the fireworks.
Oh, they went and got the good stuff then.
Oh yeah.
King Scarlet, how are you?
Oh, the
Oh,
baby had a good time
Maisie.
today.
Maisie, thank you so much for that super chat. That was very nice of you. Thank you. I'm glad she had a good time. Because being that she didn't have a swimming pool and all, at least she
Yeah,
had good fireworks.
she had a little plastic pool.
Hmm.
They had bought one for the dogs, but they haven't used it yet for the dogs. So they filled it up for her.
Well, at least she had that. At least
Yeah.
Uncle pulled through for her and bought the fireworks. So
Well, they're talking about getting a bigger swimming pool soon.
why not just get a new pump?
Because sometimes it's cheaper to get a whole new pool.
Ah, that is true too.
And plus, my daughter wants a bigger pool.
Float on my back, no pillow and pets. Oh, Elsie, that's horrible. 9 millimeter, how are you? Y'all can't hear me smacking, can y'all? Hey, Avery.
Now, can't
Okay.
hear you. You're good.
Okay. I just want to make sure because I am trying not to be all up in the mic smacking and shit. Avery, do you want to come up? Y'all, StreamYard decided that they would change the look of everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so whenever I logged in tonight to schedule the live and everything, that was like, oh yeah, so we've added this new thing on the side here that's for, I guess it's for the people who's on panel where I can go through and change like y'all's audio and stuff, which I could have done
Yeah.
that anyway without it being over where the little thing is for private chat and all that.
Yeah.
So I thought that was like the only thing. So I get into the StreamYard and everything at the bottom, all my buttons and everything are completely different now.
Wow.
Yeah, used to it would say like invite on a button, share like if you want or present or whatever it was before. Yeah, none
Hmm.
of that's on there. It has little icons for each little thing now.
I know. I know they made it easier to redirect to
Well,
like.
see, I never redirected anybody.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying that I guess they made that easier for everybody.
Well, they need to quit switching stuff around. It was
They want to
fine
keep
how they.
on their toes.
Well, I mean, I get being that they raised the price up double. That they're trying to make it a little bit better for people and adding more stuff, but they didn't have to change my buttons. I mean, damn. Oh, this piece of- Dan, it is. They changing everything. Like all of my little buttons had what each one of them were for. Now all they have is icons. And like the Leave Studio button, it used to say Leave Studio. Now it has an arrow that's pointing to the right. So when I was on here messing with it earlier before I scheduled the live, I had to make another one that was unlisted just so I could see what all the buttons were for. And I hit the little right arrow and it threw me out of StreamYard. So I don't know what their purpose is for uh, changing all of it.
Just to
Oh,
mess with you.
I guess. Avery says she is a little too intoxicated to tag people. Well,
My daughter got drunk as hell too.
um,
They were trying to get me to do the Jello shots. I said no.
oh, Jello shots are good.
We have a
I,
whole refrigerator full. You want some?
yeah, I see. I need to come visit you. Damn paper. Well, I didn't do anything today. I laid in bed half the day. Then I finally got up and got on the computer, messed around with some merch, and I listened to music for the rest of the day. I've done absolutely nothing. Now Sunday, I'm supposed to go to my daughter's and cook for her and all the rest of them damn kids out there. And that ought to be fun.
I'll tell you what, it was hot as I don't know what.
I went outside like 3 times today, and that was it. It was too damn hot.
I told him, I said, I'm not used to all this heat. I'm too old for this.
9 millimeter, you started early, didn't you? So I guess I'll go out there and do that Sunday. There's like my daughter and my son and like 10 kids out there that I'm gonna go out there and cook for. So that ought to be a blast.
You'll have fun.
That's- I mean, yeah, I probably will. I'm supposed to, which I told the son-in-law I would cook the chicken alfredo for him, so I'm gonna cook that. I don't know what else she's gonna have for me to cook. Like she can't cook her own shit. I have to go do it myself.
It tastes better when mom does it.
I guess so. I don't know. She wrote me the other day, was like, "Can you come Sunday and clean?" So yeah, that's fine. Because I mean, they do nothing but work. Her and my son both. That's all they do is work. They had to work tonight. That's why we didn't do anything today.
That's crazy.
Well, where she works at in the city that she works in, um, they're they're really big on like festivals during the spring and summer. Every
Yeah.
weekend there's some type of festival going on. Well,
Yeah.
4th of July is always fireworks, and she works on Front Street, which is right across the street from where the fireworks are happening. So
Yeah.
everybody comes into the restaurants that they work at because there's two of them. Well, there's three of them, but one of them piggybacks off of the one restaurant as far as the menu or whatever.
Right.
And so, um, anytime there's any type of big festival or whatever, they always have to work that weekend. And so they probably won't get home till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
So, y'all, these damn fireworks over. I think it's the bar that's through the woods over there that's shooting them, and
Yeah.
it's like every time they go up and go off, it rattles my windows. It's
It
that
got
damn loud.
quiet. I mean, it's a little quiet around here now, right now. But who's to say that will stay that way?
Damn. Well, if it is the bar over there, they'll be doing it until 1 o'clock in the morning. Wait, what is going on? See, I done missed everything in chat. Do y'all hear it? Could you hear that, Betty Joe?
No. What?
Oh my god, you can't hear it then because it's like super loud. But if you can't hear it, then the rest of the chat can hear it. It's about to
Yeah.
be a war zone over here until sunrise. They need to take the people here and go to Vegas for real. Sally thinks Dan has been drinking. Probably a lot of people in the chat have been drinking tonight. On paper, y'all can have it because damn, like it's fine early in the night, but when they start doing this shit till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, as loud as it is around here.
Yeah. That's when it gets a little carried away.
Right.
You don't got to do it all that to that time.
Well, last call here at bars is 1:30, so they'll probably stop at about 1, do their last call, and then everybody's got to be out by 2.
Well, the town we live in don't have a bar, so we ain't got to worry about that.
Oh God, we used to have like 7 or 8 of them around here, but right now that's the only one um, that's open. All the rest of them have closed down.
And they were shooting when they were doing it. They put them in the middle of the road and shoot them off. But one of them says, "Well, what if the cops come by?" I said, "Ain't no cops gonna come by. You know how many houses around here are setting these fireworks off?
Yeah, the
They
cops ain't
no
gonna pay no
cops
attention
in
to
this
that.
town. They don't have enough cops in this town to go to everybody's house."
Elsie, you heard something?
I didn't hear anything.
She may hear me eating. Avery, I got ibuprofen and Dr. Pepper for you. And some ice cream.
She should have stopped drinking.
We're talking about Avery.
That's what I told. I told my daughter. She says, "I think I'm gonna throw up." I said, "I told you to quit earlier. You didn't listen." She never did though.
Well, at least all of y'all had a good time.
Yeah, I was just worried about the baby having a good time. But she had a good time. She had that little swimming pool. She had her. She got a duck sprinkler.
Uh-huh.
She had that. She had a good time.
Well, that's all that matters. Is she had a good time. So
Yeah, and she really loved the fireworks. She loves fireworks. She said, "But
Dan, what
this."
happened yesterday? I'm trying to get caught up in Discord too. Okay, Dan said, guess what happened yesterday? Dan, did you ever get your power back on? Hey, Metamom. How are you? Avery, you got a house full over there? Dan, have you been drinking tonight? Dan said the cable guy said I got the bluest eyes he's ever seen.
Jesus.
No power, but now we got the permit. Well, at least you got the permit, so hopefully it won't be too much longer.
Did you see where in Texas where they had that?
Oh,
big-
the flood?
Yeah.
Yeah, I posted a TikTok video earlier in Discord, like earlier today, about it.
Yeah.
How horrible
Said
that
there,
is.
they said there's like 24 dead and still some missing.
Yeah, some of the kids or something that was okay. Sally Mae said now 25 confirmed dead,
Wow.
and there was some kids or something that was up there camping, and some of them were missing.
Yeah, something like yeah. And then not yesterday, or it was the day before yesterday, an 18-year-old and a 21-year-old in Myrtle Beach got pulled with an undertow.
Hmm.
They found the 18-year-old, but they haven't found. I don't think they found the 21-year-old yet.
Oh wow.
18-year-old was, I guess, alive, but they haven't found the 21-year-old yet.
Yeah, that's sad.
It is crazy. That's why when I go to the beach, I go to my ankles, and that's it. I don't want no shark getting me either.
Betty Joe's like, I am not taking no chances.
I will stay right there. Nope. Ain't having it.
I haven't been to the beach since 2020, I believe it was.
I think the last time we went, I don't know if the baby was a year old or 2 years old. I think she was 2. That's the last time we went.
We went, I think it was in 2020, because we went in June, and then like 2 months later, month and a half later, Hurricane Laura hit. That's when the hurricane came through here and tore everything up, tore all Cameron and Holly Beach and all that up.
Yeah. And yeah, I think she was 2 the last time we went.
Mm-hmm.
It's so expensive. Because we go for like a week.
Yeah. Well, it's only like a 4-hour drive for us. Excuse me. But we always have to end up stopping somewhere along the way. So it turns from a 4-hour drive to a 6-hour drive just to go 150 miles.
It's only and a half for us. But what's the point of driving an hour and a half there and then an hour and a half back? We just
Yeah. Well, see, that's what we used to do. We would go down there, stay for like a week, and then we would stay in the hotel that they had in Cameron. But then whenever Hurricane Rita came through and took the hotel out, then we had to start staying in Lake Charles, which isn't that far from the beach, but still, I don't like staying in Lake Charles.
Yeah.
Well, then they ended up building another hotel in Cameron, but it's so hard to get in there because all the workers and stuff always stay there.
Yep.
And so, like the oil field workers and the people that work on the boats and all that down there, and I don't like staying down there, around all them either. So
Yeah.
we just usually leave like 1 o'clock in the morning, get down there about 6:30 or 7, spend the day, and then come back home.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like big crowds either, so.
Well, it's just the fact that I don't know who all them people are. And
No.
there's always a shit ton of them that's always at that hotel. Avery says, I want to go with the Avery. I'll take you down there and drop you off.
You can't trust anybody nowadays.
Right. Which all the locals down there are very nice people.
Of course you would want to go where the workers are.
That's all this here is. All the offshore guys that are getting ready to change hitches, and they stay there, and the people who are not locals that work on the boats. Yeah, Avery will drop you off.
Just leave her there. One of them will bring her home. Somebody will bring her home.
I'm pretty sure she can find somebody from Alabama there that can drive her back.
She's crazy.
I know, Gigi. I've got them set for every 12
What?
hours, 12 minutes.
Your apple juice is right there.
Oh
What am
my
I, your maid?
God, y'all, these things are still going off.
I'm your maid. Here. Let me see your leg. The other one. Where'd you get that bruise?
9 millimeter, that is true.
When did you fall?
We've been talking with a cop on the boat all day. Avery. Did you get his number, Avery?
I'm sure she did.
Yeah, I'm still eating my ice cream, but I'm trying to be like super quiet when I'm doing it.
Oh, you can't hear you. It'll probably be melted by the time you get done.
Oh, it's already melted. I'm just trying to be quiet because I always have to scrape the bowl when I eat ice cream, and I'm trying not to scrape the bowl very loud. Sally made that part. Avery, a pig or it didn't happen.
That part. That's like the baby. She had a hot dog because we did the hamburgers, hot dogs, we did brisket, they did a pork belly, and I don't know what else.
Hmm.
And she says she eats a hot dog. About a couple hours later, I need another hot dog, Mom. I'm hungry. She ate like 4 hot dogs.
All that swimming and playing and all
Yep.
that.
Okay, Mouthy.
Yeah,
I'm
Dan,
surprised she.
Sally Mae likes the firefighters. Avery just goes out searching for the firefighters and claims that it's for Sally Mae.
Yeah.
No, millimeter.
She says.
She,
Swear.
9 millimeter, she probably don't know what a roughneck is.
She probably doesn't even know who she is right now.
Probably.
Now she wants to cuddle with Courtney.
Wait, who's Jenny? Whose phone number is that? Jenny who? Now, millimeter, she got to figure out what them roughnecks are. I know exactly what they are. I was married to one. He actually did several different jobs offshore, but he was a roughneck too. Was a song from the 80s? You don't remember that? No, I don't remember that. Avery, you know what I meant. He was a roughneck. He is not no more.
Oh, I know what they're talking about with the Jenny's number.
I have no idea. Now
Right
I'm
there.
gonna have to go look it up.
Scott put it in chat. 8675309. It's a song.
Let's see. Now I'm gonna have to go look the song up. Okay, I'm gonna look my eyes right now. 9 millimeter. What are you trying to get out of me? Oh shit. about my Coke.
My millimeter's crazy.
She knows what's up, though.
So I believe they're gonna keep Brian Koberger in the state of Idaho or wherever. Yeah,
I
Idaho.
figured, I figured he would try to get moved closer to his family.
Uh, Apparently he's going to the roughest prison in Idaho.
That's good.
I was like, good. I hope they. I hope somebody makes him their bitch.
You saw what I posted in Discord earlier
Yeah.
that I hope happens to him that I really can't say on here, but I hope they do.
Yep. And I can't remember what lawyer was talking about it. I was watching it, and they'll probably keep him in, confinement for like 60 days because they do all the mental health testing and all that.
Just go get Ann's experts. They've already did all that.
That's what I said. But I
I
guess
mean,
I guess they keep him in solitary confinement for like 60 days to do all that and to see if he's on any medication or whatever, blah blah blah. And I said, yeah, I don't. He's not on anything. Just put him in Gen Pop. He don't need no
millimeter.
testing.
A millimeter. I can't with you. Okay, Avery. I was just making sure. I mean, I just they might as well just go get all of Ann's notebooks,
Yeah.
all of her paperwork, all of her experts,
Yep.
all of that.
Yeah. Because
Avery, yes.
she's apparently done all that. So
Yeah, and it was just here recently within the last year. So
yeah. That's what I said. So just put him in Gen Pop. He don't need no 60-day confinement.
Right. Okay. Scott said that Scott right. Oh, see, Scott, I like him. He's really good. He's been convicted. He's waiting to be sentenced. They should be doing. Vapor. I think she's talking about for the prison.
Yeah.
Is what Betty Jo's talking about.
Yeah, they were talking about that he'll be put in the worst prison in Idaho, where like some of the gang members, and they were talking about it.
Oh well, you know what?
Like good.
He should have thought about that before he went in that house and did what he did that morning.
Yep.
But instead, he thought that he was oh so much smarter than everybody else that they were never going to figure it out. But the dummy went and left the knife sheath.
Yep, that's what I said.
Getting ready for prison now, is that a question? No, we know he's going vapor. It's just, and I'm pretty sure. Let's see, he's getting sentenced on the 23rd of this month.
Yeah.
Probably a day or two after his sentencing, he'll be shipped off from county jail to the prison. Yeah.
It's called Idaho Maximum State Prison, I think they said.
Idaho Maximum Security Institution.
Yeah, that, yeah.
It's IMSI, is what it's called.
They said that's the worst one in Idaho. I said, good, that's where he belongs.
Gigi, I'm sorry to hear that about your husband. I mean, like I said, he should have thought about all this. Instead of thinking that he was smarter than everybody else, he should have thought about it. And I'm pretty sure once he gets in there and they start doing things to him, he's probably gonna wish he would have just waited, did the trial, and got the firing squad.
Yep.
So, I told you before.
I can't wait till the 23rd. Actually, I can't wait till Big Brother comes on.
Oh, we've got. I mean, oh, we got 9 days.
Yep.
No. Wait, the 10th, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
8 days.
yeah. No, 5.5.
Oh yeah, today's the 4th. Well,
This one
it's
go into the 5th. That's what I'm
it,
saying. 5.5.
yeah, it's the 5th now.
Stop the potty talk. It's not appropriate. Sally doesn't. Sally Mae. The way I have seen you be talking over there in Discord, I know you ain't gonna say it's not appropriate and that Sally don't like that. Gigi, you are very welcome. 9 millimeter has a corona mine. Oh my god.
Sally is a bit.
That's what I'm saying. I've seen stuff that Sally may have said in here. He's saying you're a fibber, Sally Mae.
And we know you are because of you and Avery talking back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get out of that one. They still setting fireworks off.
I'm down here. Oh my god, I can't. See, now Millimeter, I'm telling her she needs to just come to Louisiana and go down to Cameron. All the heliports are there and all that. Actually, right down from the hotel. Mark and Betty, how are you? Okay, so why do a thumbs up selfie if he knows that he's left the sheath? That's a good question. Did he realize that he lost the sheet or left the sheet somewhere between his house and there and back to his house, and just thought, okay, well maybe they're not going to be able to figure out who it belongs to because I was so smart and so careful that there's no fingerprints, no DNA, nothing like that on it.
Yeah, that's probably what he thought. But I want to know when he went back to that house that 9 o'clock that morning.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know if he thought maybe he could get inside because maybe he realized he left it, and was he trying to get back inside to get it?
Possibly, or maybe he was going back to see if there's any, like cops are there or anything like
Yeah.
that.
Well, yeah,
That
because they say
found or
they go back to the scene of the crime.
right. 9 millimeter. If I'm not mistaken, I want to say around 10:30 is when they said that pic was taken. So he went between 9 and 10 that morning. He left his house, went back to the girl's house. He
Yeah,
was there for about 10 minutes and then left from there and went straight back home.
yeah,
He got home around 10 or so, maybe a little after 10. And then they said a few minutes later is when the pic was taken. So yeah, after he went back.
yeah. It was after he went back to the house.
And that pic, for I don't know, it just seems weird. Like he was taking the selfie of himself, giving the thumbs up so he could send it to someone.
Did
You know
you
what I'm saying?
did you hear where Steve? Remember when Steve walked his family to the courthouse?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you remember after? I think it was after when him and his son were walking to their car, and they asked him some questions, and he said, "We know we got the dates of the air when
Oh, the dad when the dad
bought
flew in. Yeah.
bought the airplane tickets or
But
airplane ticket."
he said, okay, so one of the reporters asked him what was he talking about, and he said,
Right,
y'all will know soon enough.
right.
So
I
he didn't go
think,
into details about
yeah,
that though.
I think once he's sentenced, I think Steve Gonzalez is gonna say everything that he knew.
So I was thinking about this the other day. I can see Mr. Gonzalez doing that. I can see him telling everything there is once the sentencing is over with. But if they are going to file some type of suit in order to get all the paperwork and all the records and everything,
Right.
um, with his attorney, allow him to do that.
With whose attorney?
Steve
Steve's
Gonzalez.
attorney?
Yeah.
I believe so.
You think that they would still, that his attorney would still allow him to tell everything that they know if they're going to do a
That part,
lawsuit?
that part, I don't know. That's I was hesitant about that too, because if they're gonna like go after the college or go after BK, because they can go after BK,
Hmm.
they can go after Brian. That's what I was thinking. Would he even come out and say anything? Because if he's going to do that, wouldn't it interfere with him doing that? But then again, I don't know. I don't know if any of that would interfere with him going after.
Yeah, because they're gonna get. I mean, because and I want to. It was Avery that brought this up the other night that if they were to file a lawsuit on Brian,
Right.
then they can get like I forgot what she said, wrongful death suit or something like that. Whatever what
Yeah.
she said, then they
Yeah.
can get all of the records. All everything's brought to
Every,
light. Steve and his attorney and the Gonzalez family would have everything.
yeah.
So I'm just curious if his attorney is going to advise him not to
He might.
speak.
He might. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if it would interfere with him doing this lawsuit, with him coming out with everything he wants to come out with. I think maybe, but see, the lawsuit could take like years.
True. That is true. But I mean, I can also see Steve telling everything.
Yeah. But, I mean, even if he does go after Koberger, I mean, I don't know what he'll get because the kid ain't got nothing. His
No, I
parents,
think it wouldn't be for the money. I think it would be for the records, for all the
well, yeah,
paperwork and
well,
all that,
yeah,
so they
that,
can see everything.
yeah, that, and maybe get him to say why and he did this.
Hmm.
Mom, I need to go home.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't think it would be a lawsuit for money. I think it would be just to get
Well, yeah, because they ain't got nothing. So I mean,
right.
that part, you know,
Yeah.
but
Else,
for the
wait.
records and all that, and then for him, like maybe, and making like say why he did this.
Hmm.
But I still think Maddie was the target. That's what I.
I mean, that's what people have been thinking from the start. See, okay, so
I
9 millimeter in the state of Idaho, the way I read it, if he was, let's say, if he wrote a book himself and put the book out, any money that is made on that will go into an escrow account to the state treasurer, and then it will be given to the families or to the victims' families.
mean, they possibly can make them like sell their house.
Yeah, but it wouldn't if they're suing Brian.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know if it would. I don't think that could make his parents
No, that's
sue
what
the
I'm saying.
sell their
He don't
house.
own that house. Their parents do.
Yeah.
Do you think his parents knew something?
I think the dad did.
I did too.
Uh,
But now they're saying that
he didn't talk to his dad. He talked to his mother because him and his dad wasn't really close like that.
I bet you his dad knew everything that happened on that trip home.
That's what I'm saying. The man flew to Washington to drive back with him.
Yeah.
And had to be said.
And just think of how many hours in a car that
4
is.
days.
And you tell me that conversation didn't get brought up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Avery.
Uh-oh.
What?
Hold on.
What are you? Oh.
And then she gonna tell me to hold on.
Well, there's something on under my name, and that should not be there.
What is it?
Okay. It's gone now.
I couldn't even tell what it said.
I didn't either.
Oh, wait. I know what was there. Hold on a minute.
Yeah.
Damn it. Yeah. Let me take the headlines off. Okay.
Baby says so.
That's because I was in here clicking buttons earlier because everything on StreamYard looks different now because they mess with it again and turned the headlines on. My bad.
Yeah, I don't know why I would have that, though, as a headline. It must be really old. Scarlett.
Uh-huh.
Did you see, because I don't remember if it was in Discord or our group text, where I was saying about Ted Bundy got his permanent stay of execution July 2nd, 1986. Of course, that ended up getting overturned, and, he was put to death in 89. But it was July 2nd when he got his permanent stay of execution, or stay of. Did that make sense? Permanent stay of execution. Yeah.
I remember something about him and that date being brought up the other day.
Well, no, they were saying that Brian was probably hoping to get his court date or his something July 17th. Well, because that's a date that's to do with Bundy too. What happened? Oh, that's when he was found guilty, July 17th. But he got his he got the death table. Jesus Lord, the death penalty taken off July 2nd, 1986, and Koberger got the plea deal with the no death penalty July 2nd.
Yeah.
Well, he actually got it.
Well, it was offered to him Sunday.
Yeah.
So the June 30th.
Yeah.
And he just went in and
he just had his court date July 2nd.
Yeah, the 2nd. Yeah. Hey Jeremy, how are you?
Isn't that I don't know, what are the odds of it? Just is he talking about my
No,
my
he said death table must be Avery's dinner table.
You know what? I don't even like him right now because he was already. I hadn't even said anything to him.
You made one comment and he started in on you.
He was talking about my chromosomes, and he was. Then he called me.
Jeremy, I'm doing good, thank you. He was waiting with that comment. Literally, you had one comment in the chat, and that was it. He then started.
I saw that, and
wait, Avery, are you okay? Because you don't sound like you're talking very well.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. can't even remember what the hell chromosomes are right now, though. But he said I have a deleting chromosome something.
He said your chromosomes are doing flip flops with from the discussion with 9mm.
See, I don't know if that would be exciting or scary. I actually am kind of a little scared about that.
That's a conversation for Discord, though.
Yeah. And Sally Mae down there just telling tales.
Oh, that's what she told, a whole ass lie.
She
But
did. In cap, too.
Talking about she didn't like girl. She done forgot who she's talking to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't see the conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't see the videos that are sent to her.
I seen an article this morning, something about Brian will be in the same place, pod, whatever, as
Same prison.
Chad Daybell.
Yes, it's the Idaho Maximum
Yes,
Security
that's the
Institution.
place we're going to.
Yeah, only it won't be in the same pod because Chad Daybell's on death row.
Right.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And
He's going to the same prison Chad Daybell's in.
yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. I knew I saw that this morning.
Well,
somewhere.
like I said, when I said in Discord earlier this morning that I hope that happens to Brian, I stand on that.
Yep. Me too.
No, who isn't what, Vapor?
Why are we even talking
No,
to
he
him?
is. What are you talking about?
Why are we even talking to Vapor?
Because he said
Brian
no, he
Koberger.
isn't, but I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, because Brian Koberger's going to the same prison Chad Daybell's in. They just won't be together because Chad Daybell is on death row.
No, it was Lori Vapor that got it taken off. He thought Chad got the
Oh no,
taken off, but it was
he's
Lori.
still. Yeah, he's.
Yeah.
No.
So, yes, I'm pretty sure he'll have appeals that'll start coming through and all this and that, but
He'll be on death row for like 20 years.
yeah, until all of his appeals are done and all that shit, and then he'll eventually get his date and then his death warrant and all that good shit.
Yeah.
Who is it that just wrote? Okay, did somebody just write a book on Chad Daybell? This is my cellmate next door, or did somebody just wrote a book?
I have not.
Is it about Chad?
I'm trying to remember if it's one of the cases that we follow, and I was thinking that's how they're gonna make the money off the book, but because fuck me.
Gigi, Chad got the death penalty. He was sentenced to death.
Can you type that in? Book, cellmate. No, wait. Cellmate next door. The cellmate next door. Somebody. It's a way I think it's a way that they're figuring out how to make money off of the book by having the cellmate, the neighbor cell. I might just go back down to chat.
I know that Chad can't write no book because he can't make no money off of it.
No, but it's the cellmate next to him
Oh, I don't know.
writing the book.
I didn't hear.
And it's called My Cellmate something. The cellmate next door, or something like that.
So the term "the cellmate next door" appears to refer to a book titled "The Cell Next Door" by Dylan Tallman. The book is described as a 7-month interview with Chris a year after his conviction, providing a first-hand account of a famous true crime story.
Oh, it was Chris Watts. See, it's because I'm drinking. It was Chris Watts.
Well, stop.
And so this is how Chris Watts is making money off of the crime that he did. He's got the guy next to him writing the damn book for him.
Yeah,
Okay.
but Chris won't make no money off of it.
The guy next to him is going to give him money.
Nah, I doubt that very
It's
hard.
a way around the system, Betty
I doubt
Joe. It's
that
a
man won't
way.
That man gonna keep that money for himself. He ain't
Yeah,
gonna give.
he's
He ain't
not
gonna
gonna
give
give
nothing to
it up.
Chris. No.
Unless there's some type of contract, which I highly
Yeah.
doubt an inmate's going to sign a contract. But it does say here that the author of the book served his time in prison, sailed up side by side with Chris, and the two grew close at one point.
Yeah. But
Supposedly, now I remember everything.
he ain't
Supposedly,
gonna give him no money.
now I'm remembering it all now. Supposedly, this guy in the book is, I guess he's saying that Chris told him about how Nicole Kidman was really involved.
Well, we all know that.
Huh? You mean Kissinger?
That's what yeah. Didn't I say
Yeah,
that?
girl,
No.
no, you said Nicole Kidman, who is married to Keith Urban, who lives in Australia.
I didn't know. We weren't talking about Keith Urban. We were
No,
talking
but
about
you
Chris
said-
You said Nicole Kidman.
Oh,
It's not
Okay.
Nicole Kidman. It's Nicole
what's
Kissinger.
Kissinger.
okay.
She
Yeah.
changed her name, and nobody knows where she's at.
So allegedly this, or supposedly, not allegedly, supposedly this book is about how she was actually like the mastermind of the whole
Everybody knew she was involved.
thing of it. The mastermind.
Hey, Tiff.
Okay, how many times you gonna say mastermind?
The book is already
Yeah,
out.
we can have
It was-
fun with Avery.
Yeah,
She's
it was
drunk.
published June the 15th of 2024. It's only 132 pages long, and the author says, I wrote this last book in prison. The editing process took me a full year, and it's finally published. I came from nothing, out of the mud, and trying to build brick by brick. I want all of my readers to know that I am credible to write a book like this because I have lived it.
Right. He ain't giving Chris Watts nothing.
No, because he's trying to build that brick by brick, but it is on sale on Amazon.
But my point was that is a way though that these inmates could write about the crimes they committed, to have their cellmate write it and publish
Well,
it.
see, that's what I said about Brian. It's not going to be Brian writing the book himself and publishing it. It's going to be his professor that's going to do it. And then there will be a way for her to write the book for him, get it published, sell it, and then put small amounts of money on his books for commissary.
Well, that's a good possibility, but if Steve has anything to do with it,
yeah, he's going to stop it. Exactly. Yeah. Well, I mean, the dude don't need nothing on his books anyway. He needs to sit in there because he don't eat nothing but some damn peanut butter and some beans and crackers. So,
yeah.
But then again, I hope they don't give him his vegan food. He don't need no special treatment.
I don't think he will in prison. Really? I don't know. I don't know if they do that or not. I don't know.
I googled it. I googled that the other day when we were talking about it, and I don't remember the answer.
I know they do it in jail, but I don't know if they do it in prison.
I don't think so.
So he gonna have to start eating what they serve, or he gonna starve to death and die quicker. Which it's what it is. I mean,
Oh, so the Idaho Department of Corrections provides nutritious and appealing meals to residents. They are now called residents and not inmates, including selective diets such as vegetarian menus and a healthy choice option. However, there is no explicit mention of vegan meals being served in Idaho prisons.
Yeah, and he's a vegan.
Well, you know what? It's not by religion and it's not by health.
Nope.
It is by strictly his own decision.
Yep.
So they shouldn't give it to him.
I don't. Yeah, he's vegan. If they don't got nothing vegan, he better just eat what he can.
Well, yeah, I could care less if he eats anything at all. Honest with you. Tiff said, I am fluid and drunk, girl. Avery is fine.
Yes. Thank you, Tiff. I am articulating very well. My word.
I can tell you've been drinking.
Very good. I have. And
I have noticed that whenever you drink, you repeat certain words multiple times.
Yes.
I have been celebrating our freedom
Mark and Betty wants to know what happens to the GoFundMe now that there's no trial. That I'm not sure of.
Okay, so on the Gonzalez family page, Steve or not Steve, the wife, what's her name?
Christy.
Christy. She made a long post, and then she said that a lot of people have been asking for their money to be returned, and she said she was trying to figure out how to do it because the money's already been transferred into her bank account, so she can't just ask GoFundMe to refund it. And then all these people in the comments were like, no. A gift is a gift. You keep that money. You're gonna need it for other.
True, it should be. It's a
Mhm.
gift. Yeah.
So legally they don't have to return it, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what they're going to do, but I feel the same way. If you donated, because they could put the money towards something else in remembrance of the girls, or the civil suit, or
Yeah.
or they've been paying Shannon Gray. Who knows how much they've been paying travel that they've been doing.
Yeah. And I'm sure they used some of it for all that, to travel and to
Yeah, because I mean, they had to travel down there for this plea hearing. They'll have to go back for the sentencing. So,
yeah. So, I don't think they should have to return anything. That was donated to them to help them get back and forth to the, so yeah, they should be able to just keep it. That's what I would.
Elsie
That's
says
what I
put
would
it into
tell.
college scholarships.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many things they could do with that.
Yeah.
They
They
could do
could
like
build-
a Kaylee Gonzalez scholarship or something like that.
Yeah.
In Kaylee's name. I do know that they did a bench for Kaylee and Maddie.
Yeah.
And I want to say there's one for, is it for Ethan and Xana?
I think there's one I think there's one for Ethan and Xana and Kaylee and Maddie.
Kaylee and Maddie. I think that's how I seen it.
Yeah.
And plus, think of all the time that they missed work when this first happened too. They missed months of work.
Yeah. Tiff says use it to pay for the FOIA fees. But see, here's the thing, Tiff. If they do a lawsuit, they won't have to pay for the FOIA fees.
No.
They will just have to pay the attorney.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think
FOIA fees are expensive.
I don't think they'd have to pay for them anyhow, because I'm pretty sure victims get the
But in this case though, do you honestly think that Latah County is going to hand them over?
Well, not a terabyte of information, no, but
because they can make bank off of those FOIA requests for all of those that whole thing of files. They're going to make a lot of money off of it.
But I believe the victim, the families, I believe they give them to them.
I don't think they'll get like the whole terabyte or what. How much was the?
Okay, so to begin with, it was
56.
Was it 56, 58, something like that? And then all of a sudden it jumped up to like 62, 63.
Yeah.
Terabytes or
terabytes.
Wow.
Because Anne's the one that started talking about how many terabytes it was, and it was in the 60s. And I'm sitting here thinking the last thing I heard it was in the 50s.
Yeah, it was 56, and then she jumped it up to like 62, something like that.
Yeah, I don't know, and unless it was just more information that they sent to her, and
that's a lot. Like most of our computers only hold 64 gigabytes.
Steve is one of them. What is he, like a technician type of?
Yeah,
he's good with computers, so
yeah.
Well, I'm not sure what he does.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
No, what were you saying, Avery?
What does Steve do for a living again? I don't remember.
He does something in some kind of tech company or something.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what it is or where it's at, but it has to do with something with tech.
And then his wife works in. I know she works in an office. But I'm not sure what.
I
Don't know
have no
where.
idea.
So sad.
But in my opinion, I think Steve should have been a detective myself.
Yeah.
Getting all that information and stuff, yo, he's not playing when it comes to his child.
Tiff says a lot of that will be duplicated information. That is possible too.
Well, yeah, because don't they have to like duplicate it into like paperwork or
What?
like on a disc so they can look at all the
Well, they take all the paperwork and digitize it basically
yeah
to where it goes into like their system, computer system or whatever.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it is a lot, but I don't know. I see Steve getting all that and going through it, and
I think he's gonna go through it with a fine tooth comb,
oh yeah, I do too.
which I don't blame him
No,
because
not
I
one.
would do the same thing. I would want to know every little detail.
Yep. Yeah, I don't blame him. I don't blame him for being upset and mad at the courts either.
Oh, I don't
Well,
either.
at the prosecutor, I don't blame him one bit.
No,
But he once he calms down and realizes maybe this was for the best, so we know he's actually convicted and won't be getting out of prison.
yeah. I'd volunteer. That's what I'm saying, paper. But
Either way, you know,
I still to this day don't think that Mr. Gonzalez has allowed himself to grieve, which I
no,
also understand that, and I don't think until everything is over with, whether there's lawsuits that
yeah.
come after this, I don't think he will grieve until after everything is said and done.
But you know, and him like saying he let his daughter down and apologized. He didn't let his daughter down. He fought hard for her.
He fought him and that family fought
Yes, they fought
harder
hard.
than a lot of the parents that we see in some of these cases. Because some of these parents don't even fight for their kids, whether they're missing, whether they've been murdered,
Right.
some type of abuse has happened to them. They don't fight for their kids like they did.
Yeah. I
And they
give him
wasn't fighting for just Kaylee. They were fighting for
no.
all four of them.
Yeah, for all four of them.
It wasn't
And
just
I give
Kaylee.
him props because he did
Yeah.
a
Oh hell
damn
yeah!
good job.
Because you got him and what he's doing for the four victims, and you got Lori Vallow over here that's wanting to argue with Nate Eaton over everything not being true in 3 damn trials that she was found guilty in all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I watched some. So there's there's body cam released of Lori Vallow at her apartment in Idaho.
Mhm.
Have you guys seen that when the police go to do the welfare check on JJ?
Yeah.
I
Have you
think
guys seen that
came
spot?
out. That came out a long time ago.
So, well, okay, so it's new to me. And she's telling the police that JJ is in Arizona with her friend Melanie because
Yeah.
her brother and her husband were trying to kill her for life insurance money and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And okay. I didn't know if you guys have seen that
Yeah,
one.
that had
Yeah.
came out. When was that? Oh, that was that played in Chad's?
Yeah, it was in Chad's, but
In
one of the
in his trials or something?
it was played in his trial, but one of the creators FOIA'd it and got it the other day.
Oh, okay.
Both visits where the police went, and boy, the lies that she's telling
Oh,
to the police.
everything is everybody else's fault. Everything that's been brought up against her is all lies.
Yeah.
JJ and Tylee dying was not her fault. That Nate didn't know the truth about what really happened. But how did she? I didn't get to watch the whole interview. I only watched like a clip of it. But she tells him, "Well, Nate, if you get on, did she say get on the boat or get on the bus?
Yeah,
Or something? that
No.
I'll be glad to tell you everything. And it's like it's weird how the conversation was going, and that man sit there, y'all, with just the most patience in the world for her. I
I
would
don't
have had to
know.
have gotten up and told him I can't do the interview with her.
I don't know how he did it because I'd have walked out.
I don't. The expert, how are you? And thank you. Happy 4th of July to you as well.
Happy
Um,
4th, expert.
yeah, I don't know how he did that interview with
Yeah,
her,
I
but
don't either.
I have to give it to him. No, he has been on this case since 2019, since it broke, and that
Yeah,
person, whoever it was, called and said that when they were looking for Lori, and someone seen her in Hawaii and called him and told him where she was at, he got
he
on a
hopped on the
plane
first plane.
and went straight to Hawaii and found her
Yes,
and
I remember
confronted her.
that. I watched that whole thing
Yeah,
when he
because
kept
something
saying, "Where's your kids, Lori? Where's your kids?"
I know where my kids are 24 hours a day, but do you know where yours are? And she even brought that up. Something was said about when they first met. She was like, "Well, yeah, Nate, the first time you met me, you stuck a microphone in my face."
What happened to you,
But
Sarah?
she's just very
She's
hostile.
delusional.
She is.
She's
She's
very delusional.
she's a narcissist. She's very hostile. She is very agitated.
Yeah,
I think she thought that she was going to be able to use her looks and her charm to get out of this.
yeah,
And literally, she's had 3 trials. She's been found guilty in all 3 of them. Every charge brought against her, she's been found guilty.
yeah,
And she is mad at the world. She still is blaming everyone else.
yeah.
And I need to watch the whole interview. Like I said, I only got to watch a clip of it the other day. And I can't remember. Avery, was it you that posted that in Discord?
I think so.
Because that's where I had started watching it at, and then I had to stop because I had something else I had to go do. And yeah, just 5 minutes or so that I watched. It's everything is everybody else's fault. Nothing
Yeah.
is true. It's all lies. Everything that's been brought against her has been a lie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So and all the people who were end up dead, because he starts naming them off. He's like, you got an ex-husband, you got 2 kids, you had your current boyfriend's at the time wife,
Mm-hmm.
your brother, uh, your niece's ex-husband almost died. Like he just went to naming them all off.
Yeah. And she's so delusional that she can't even see that you did all this, lady.
She did. She was the puppet master of
Yeah.
everything.
Nate asked her in that interview about how she felt about Chad throwing her under the bus, and
Mhm.
she didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, because she hasn't got to watch his trial, did she?
No.
Nope.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
Oh.
she knows nothing about it.
I wonder if they're going to eventually let her watch it.
Probably not.
Yeah, when she
That
gets
would be
back.
hilarious.
Yeah, when she
Oh
gets back.
no. Yeah. When she goes back to Idaho, maybe.
Oh,
She was saying that they have they have TV time and stuff there in
no.
Idaho.
They need to stick her in a padded room with a camera up in the top corner, face
So
at
we can
her,
watch.
make her sit in a straight jacket in a chair where the camera's watching her, pointed straight at her face while she's watching Chad's trial,
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
and live stream it so we can all watch it.
Yep. That'd be awesome.
That would be.
Watching her squirm.
Yes.
Oh, and
They-
then Monday is closing arguments for Brooke out.
Yep. Yesterday was the last day. Well, did they did the defense rest yesterday? Because I didn't get to finish the notes.
I believe they did.
Okay, because I saw the
I think-
timeline that the judge had said that they were going to finish out with the defense, and then Monday would be closing arguments unless the defense rests on. Okay, Sally Mae said they did. So Monday will be closing arguments, and then Tuesday the jury should get the case and start deliberation. But Brooks and Joseph were wanting the judge to hand out a verdict, and the judge was like, "No."
Yeah. And they got 6 hours for closing arguments.
Yeah, because it's going to be 3 different closing arguments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's going to be it's going to be a lot.
That's going to be boring as hell. What that's going to be.
There's a case right now, the trial on Court TV and Law and Crime. It's pretty interesting. The prosecutor's really hard to understand. He's from another country. He's really hard to understand, but he started his opening arguments with remember where the casings are, or remember where the casings were, the fucking casings. And then again, he got real loud and told the jury, remember the fucking casings. And I was like, whoa. I didn't even think they could say that word like that in their opening statements. But anyhow, it's a pretty interesting trial. It's a lady who was married to he's pretty handsome farmer, and really like well off and everything. But she started having an affair with a man 20 years younger than her, and
Good
they
Lord.
planned her husband's death. And she shot her husband in the face twice while he was asleep in the recliner in his living room. But she's trying to claim self-defense.
Wait, is that the one they're calling it on Law and Crime and Court TV, like husband shot to death or something like that? Is what how they name all the different trials? Is that the one that you're talking about?
Probably, yeah, because she shot him twice. First, she said it was an accident. Then she says self-defense. But it took them 2.5 years to even arrest her, so she already got like his insurance money and everything.
Well, hell, look how long it took them to arrest Brooks and him in Crystal's case.
Yeah. Her name is Karina Cooper, I believe, or Katrina Cooper. It's pretty interesting. A lot of twists, and it's out of Iowa.
Let me see. Yeah, that's the one it is. I just looked her name up. Karina Cooper. Murder trial begins Wednesday, which was last Wednesday. I want to. It's either the husband shot to death trial or something like that is what they're calling it. On one of the two.
It's just really hard to understand the prosecutor. He is either from Jamaica or maybe even Africa, and his accent is very heavy, and it's really hard to understand him.
So it'll be back on Monday too, right?
Mhm. Yeah, day 2 is on Monday.
Okay.
Because Wednesday was opening argument. Wait, so maybe day 3. No, it was Thursday. Thursday was crap. I don't remember. It's one of those days.
I'll have to check it out Monday if I don't forget.
Oh, and so when the police got there, she was sitting on top of him on the recliner.
Wow.
It's like the weirdest thing. Nobody knows. And she was, and her 3 kids are in the house. But yeah,
so
she was like
shot him, and then she was sitting on top of him.
Yeah, she shot him twice in the face, and while he was asleep in the recliner in the living room, then she was sitting on top of him. So when first she called his brother, who has a house on the farm too, and the brother came, and then the police came, and she's still sitting on top of him.
That's crazy.
It is. Yeah.
Okay, y'all. I need to mute for a second. I'll be right back.
Oh, this is not a time to trust me. I might need to mute too.
Betty Joe, are you still up here?
Yeah.
Okay, keep Avery in line for me. I'll be right back.
Keep her in line. Okay, I gotta keep you in line, Avery.
Betty Joe, did you sneak some Jello shots today?
Huh?
Did you sneak some of those Jello shots today?
No. The kids tried to get me to do some, but I didn't.
How many's left in your refrigerator?
Oh, we got a whole cooler full.
Mm-mm-mm. I bet they were good.
There's blue ones, red ones, orange ones, green ones,
Ooh,
and they got all different kinds of alcohol. And I forget what the blue ones were. The green ones were with vodka. The orange ones were with, I have no idea. They put all kinds of stuff in them.
did you guys do fireworks?
Oh yeah, they went to South Carolina and got the fireworks.
Can you buy them where you live?
Yeah, but
Oh.
they went to South Carolina because they have a better selection.
Oh. Huh.
They were good fireworks.
Did Aubrey have
Baby loved
fun?
them. Oh yeah,
She
she had
enjoyed
a
them?
blast.
Oh.
Yeah, she's still awake too.
Yeah,
I thought maybe she would zonk out, but no.
it's still going.
Okay, I'm back.
I wish I could have her energy.
Me too. I'm ready for bed.
I'm looking something up real quick.
But I know I ain't gonna
Like,
go to
Betty
sleep
Jo,
till she does. So,
you
huh?
went out for a second.
What happened?
You like when you were talking just then, it broke up a little bit.
I said she's still awake, and I'm tired, but I can't go to sleep till she does. So,
Well, she may go to sleep early tonight.
yeah, I won't hold my breath on that one.
As soon as the fireworks were done, I was done. I was ready to get home. My daughters, on the other hand, ooh, they're making it an all-nighter.
Yeah, when everybody went home here about a little bit after 11.
Yeah,
Well,
my kids won't be home.
they've got a house on the river, on the Alabama River, but I was over on Lake Jordan, but it kind of like runs together. But anyhow, they'll be staying there. But I'm sure they're still. It's not even midnight yet. They're still just getting started.
Yeah, my kids won't be home till probably 2 o'clock in the morning.
Well, we
Yeah.
started. Let's see. We started around. Well, I think it was like 12, 1 o'clock. So we had a really long day.
I know when you text, it was over 100. I looked, it was only 78 here,
Yeah,
but we just had a big storm come through
yeah.
too.
We didn't have no storm, no nothing. It was hot. It was
We had
like
like a 20-minute storm.
it was like 101 outside. I said, "You guys got me out here in this heat, and I can't do heat."
Hey,
Yeah,
teacher.
But
I
I
had
stayed
to.
out there with them. I did. I stayed out. I watched the baby play because they bought a plastic pool for the dogs, but they never used it yet for them. So I said, "Well, how about you fill it up for the baby? That way she has something to play in." So they did that, and then she had her big duck that's a sprinkler, and
Oh,
they put that over it. It would like sprinkle water on her when she was in the pool. She played in the pool, I want to say, until at least got almost dark. And then when it got dark, we all went out front here, and they set off the fireworks in the road.
they're still setting them off out
Oh,
here. I hear them.
they're doing it here too. I can hear
They finally stopped here, thank God.
I'll tell you what, though, the fireworks show that they put on at Lake Jordan That was awesome.
Yeah. The fireworks that they got, they spent over 300 hours on fireworks. The fireworks they got, that that was some awesome fireworks. I told him, I said, we gotta do this next year too. Huh, baby? I know you did.
Did you get her some sparklers?
Yeah, she has some sparklers. She's got the color ones. She's got the ones that's got the pink, blue, and yellow.
Oh,
They're the big ones, like the big long ones.
yeah.
Yeah. And then she's got some little ones. Yeah, she had a blast. She loves her fireworks. She said, "Can we do this more?" I said, "Baby, they just set off like $300 worth of fireworks, and you want more?"
That $300 wasn't enough.
They were big. They weren't small fireworks either. They were big fireworks with the loud noise and the colors.
The big cannons scare me. I hate those
They have a
cannons.
couple of them. Big round
That's
cannon.
what they had going on
Yeah.
here tonight with all them damn artilleries and shit.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
And shaking my windows.
I had to cover my damn ears. It was so loud. The baby's just sitting there watching them, sitting on the front step of the porch, just sitting there watching them, like, because she
Well-
usually don't like loud noises, like fire engine and stuff like that. She'll cover her ears. She didn't cover her ears not one time with these fireworks. She's just sitting there watching them.
Aw.
That's all that matters, though, is that she had a good time. So
Oh yeah, she did. She had a blast. And then she got upset because everybody was leaving. She said, "No, you all can't leave yet."
She wanted to keep on going.
But yeah, she had fun. Now, if they just get this pool thing together here,
well, how long is it going to be before they get a new one?
I don't know. Because first, her dad's talking about getting a new pump. And then my daughter says, "Well, I want a bigger pool because this one's only like 3 foot. The baby can touch."
Mm-hmm.
And she says, "But I want a bigger one, like 4 foot." And so I guess they're gonna get a bigger pool instead of spending like I think the pump for this one is like $140.
Yeah.
And like my daughter said, it'd be just cheaper to just go buy a whole new pool.
Well, yeah, if they can get one bigger, then it would be.
Well, the one we had the year before we got this one, they only paid like $400 for it, but some animal chewed a hole right in the middle of it.
Okay.
Mm.
So then they went out and got this one, which is a little bit smaller, but it's also only 3 foot. And the baby said she wants a bigger one, so hopefully they get it in the next couple weeks. That way she'll have it for the rest of the summer. But who knows? We're talking about her dad. Come on now.
Do we need to come over there and get on to him? Metamom, have a good night.
It won't do any good. Her mom gets on to him. It doesn't do
Wait,
it.
Betty Joe. Betty Joe. You realize who you're talking to, right?
I know.
I mean, we can come over there and scare him for free.
Road trip.
Only Avery is not driving.
So then she tells my son, she says, "Uncle Tata, can you buy me a big swimming pool?"
Aw.
He says,
She knows how to work it.
"Well, when do you want it?" She says, "I don't know, before summer's over." And then my daughter says, "Well, we're gonna get it." And my son says, "Well, If mommy and daddy don't get it, I'll get it for you.
Spoiled.
Oh, she's spoiled. He's bought her trampoline. He's bought her swing set. He
Well, I mean, how many nieces does he have now?
just her.
Just exactly.
Yeah, he just has her.
Yeah. So
She's
Bubbles knows how
spoiled.
to take advantage of it because I was the only niece on
Yeah.
my mom's side, and my dad's side. I was the
Yeah.
only niece, the only granddaughter, and on one side, the only child, only grandchild. I took full advantage of that. Jay Clark, how are you?
Oh, trust me, because he told her because she'll be starting school in August. I don't know when in August, but she'll be starting school, and he's already
Mhm.
told her, "Oh, we're going clothes shopping." He said, "You're gonna get." He said, "I'm gonna take you and get you school clothes and your," because he buys her sneakers every year. Like
Mhm.
when she grows out of them, he'll take her and
Yeah.
buy them.
Well, ain't nothing
And
wrong
she
with
don't pick
that.
the cheap ones either. She picks the most expensive,
There's
and he don't
nothing wrong with
buy them.
that
He
for
says,
Uncle to spoil her.
"Yep, this child is spoiled rotten by him." And she's spoiled by her mom too. So her
Yeah,
dad,
but it's one thing to be spoiled. Kelly P, how are you? And happy 4th of July. It's one thing to be spoiled by mom and dad,
yeah,
but when you're spoiled by the grandparents and the aunt and uncles,
yeah,
that's when you know you got it good.
oh yeah. I'm telling you, it was funny because my nephew come over with his daughter. She's 6 years old,
Mhm.
and she walks in the baby's room. She says, "Wow, you got a lot of toys."
Aw,
I said, "Yeah, she does. She's got a toy store in there."
there's nothing wrong with that at all.
But yeah, she is spoiled. I'm telling you.
No, Jay Clark, what you mean we ain't been around?
We've been around. What are you
Yeah.
talking about? We've been here.
Well, Gigi says long time no see. He says we ain't been around, but I've been back doing live since the 1st of May. I was off for March, April, 2.5 months, something like that, and then I came back. Oh, weird. Now, Jay Clark, I didn't go live last night, but I'm usually here every night. May miss a night or two during the week, and then Sunday nights we're over on the other channel now. I don't go live on this channel. Matter of fact, let me drop the link for the other channel. Jay, I was here. I was here. What day was that? Tuesday that they did the plea hearing. I streamed it.
Yeah.
I was live
Yep.
during that, and I had planned on being here for the full 12 or 13 weeks of the trial, but dummies had to go offer him a plea deal.
No,
Took the
he had
whole
to
damn
go
trial
ask for a
away.
plea deal.
Well, that is true. He had to go ask for one because he chickened out,
Well,
putting it nicely. And then they had to be dummies and go give him an offer.
yeah, but they said that he wanted to spare his parents.
Oh my God. Well, what about the victims' families?
That's what I'm saying. Somebody had said he said that he wanted to spare his parents from getting up on the stand because they knew they were going to ask the parents about the phone call, and
Well,
he
look
wanted to
who
spare
fucking
them.
do.
That's
But what about
what
these kids?
Brian.
Right.
That's what Brian Enton said, and I think he got that from Howard Bloom.
Yeah, Howard Bloom is the one who said
Oh Lord, I just spelled
that
that.
he wanted to spare his parents from getting up on the stand because they knew that they were going to ask about the phone call when he called home. But what about these kids and what about their parents? You didn't spare them.
Right.
He don't give a shit about none of the victims' families. He only cares about his family. Well, guess what? Their child is still alive.
Oh, and also Howard Bloom, he also said that one of the sisters did call the FBI on him.
Yeah. I knew that. That's in Howard Bloom's first book.
Yep.
Yeah, I
See,
haven't read none of his
I
books.
really
not
didn't
the
know if
not
he was
the
telling the truth when he said that.
not the first book. He's only had one book. It was the Aramel.
But yeah,
One of those.
he said that one of the sisters did call the FBI and said I guess said that she thinks her brother had something to do with it.
Well, why would she think that though?
I don't know. He
That's was there something said in the house, or did his family hear about the what had happened in Idaho, and maybe was asking him about it because it's so close to where he was going to college at?
I
His
don't know.
sister said he was acting weird,
Yeah, something like
and
he was acting strange.
yeah,
Well, I mean, if I had a brother and he comes home from college on the opposite side of the country where a murder just happened 30 minutes from his house, and he comes home acting weird, that doesn't mean I'm going to think that he had something to do with it.
Well, no,
So was
there
there?
has to be more to it.
Yeah,
There
there
does have
must
to
have
be more
been
to it.
something that was said or something that was brought up
Yeah,
that
Mhm.
maybe he was acting strange about when the
I
conversation
think
was happening.
the phone call to his mother, and he's possibly said something to his mother about it, and his sister
Maybe overheard
she
it.
told his sister.
No, I remember too now. The sister said it was the combination of him acting strange and them looking for a white Elantra and bushy eyebrows.
Wait, he was looking that up where? Like online?
No, no. Whenever they released that they were looking for
Oh,
the
okay.
white
I got
Elantra
Uh huh.
and bushy eyebrows whenever that came out, and then him acting strange. But I remember it was she said something about the car, the white Elantra,
Yeah.
because that's what he drives, and
Well, damn, his sister must think he got bushy eyebrows too.
he does have.
But did y'all see though? And I think King's the one that posted the picture in Discord. He had a fresh haircut and his
Mhm.
eyebrows had been trimmed for that
Yep.
period.
Yeah. Yep.
And that was the most I had ever seen him move in a courtroom.
I know.
Only
Right.
because he had to.
Well, yeah, he wasn't acting all stiff and statue like Tuesday,
Right.
like he does every other time he's in there.
I want to know. What I want to know is he was so hell bent on proving his innocence that he was going to be exonerated.
Yeah.
I want to know what happened to that part.
Basically, it's like they gave up. Him and Ann gave up because there was no other alternative. If she knew if this went to trial, he was going to be found guilty and he was going to get the death penalty.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it all boiled down to. And the only other option she had, which she probably knew and probably told him from the jump, is if I can't, every other thing that I try, if I cannot get the death penalty taken off the table for you, then you may just have to change your plea and plead guilty to all this and
Yeah.
have the death penalty taken off. That may be the only way we can get it done.
Yeah.
And come to find out, that was the only way that it happened.
Now, excuse me, does attorney-client privilege end once he's convicted, where Anne can speak, or is attorney-client privilege forever?
I have no idea on that one. You have to
I
ask.
would think that would be a forever type thing. Only she would know what certain things that she could speak about. You see what I'm saying? Because I mean,
Yeah.
how many attorneys do we ever hear in any of these cases that after there's an acquittal or a conviction that they come out and just tell the whole story of what happened?
Yeah.
That's true.
I would say it would have to
So it
be
must
a
be,
perfect time.
yeah.
I would say it would be a forever type thing, and they know what they're allowed to put out.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
that-
maybe he'll trip and die, and then she can tell it.
Only Avery. Or
I,
or he might break his silence one day and tell it.
Now that would be something.
Yeah, because only he can tell the whole, the whole truth.
I was gonna say something else about him tripping and falling, and I'm not, because YouTube will be done come in and be like, Scarlett, we gotta shut the channel down. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'll just put it
Well,
like this.
that's
I
why I
hope.
said trip and die. I wasn't gonna say what he landed on or how anything,
Well,
but
I'll just say that I hope he lands on the mop handle.
you just made me squeeze my butt cheek something fierce. Good
And
grief,
you just
Charlotte.
finished it up for me on where the
Yeah.
mop handle can go.
Mm, mm.
I was going to say something different, but where the mop handle can really go.
Well,
But that would
yeah,
really hurt.
Okay,
that
you
would.
guys gotta quit it. My butt cheeks are not
Well, did you
wanting to
not
hear.
see
No,
what
I'm
I
not
posted
talking
in
about.
Discord?
Yes, I
I'm
think.
not talking about the
Yeah.
butt cheeks.
Oh, I know you're not.
I know what she's talking about too.
The butt cheeks protect the something else, and that's I'm squeezing them because you guys are giving me
I'm
like.
just being real, and I said it in Discord, and I'll actually read what I posted. I'm not going to read the whole thing about the mop handle, but I will read the other part that I posted because I don't remember exactly what it was that I said in this conversation with all of us in there. But we were I had said something about the vegan food and all that, and I said I hope that his days are miserable as hell. He don't get to shower but once a month, and he don't get his vegan food no more. He doesn't deserve any type of special treatment, and I hope he gets with the broom or with the mop handle every night, and he's so scared that he can't close his eyes. So then he becomes so sleep deprived that he goes insane.
Yep.
That was exactly what I posted in a conversation today.
Well, the way they were talking about this prison, they said a lot of inmates sleep with one eye open.
He better
I
sleep with two.
bet. Yeah.
I'm going to get it. Just calm
Right
down.
now.
Calm down.
Right now.
Yes, in a second. Pushy little child.
She is not
So
pushy.
bossy.
What are you talking about? She's not pushy and bossy.
She.
No, she's not.
He doesn't get moved until after sentencing, right?
Yeah,
stays in the
it'll
jail.
probably be, I would say, no longer than a week after he's sentenced, he will end up getting moved. It's going to be a matter of, because they will move him from Ada County to wherever this institution is, and it's going to be a matter of security, planning it out where nobody else knows that he's being transferred. Because of it being such a high profile case,
Mhm.
they know the media is going to be waiting.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Other people could be waiting on him and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or they could be assholes and just transfer him right then and there.
I don't think they would do that just
Nah,
because there's going to be
I
too
don't.
many people outside of that courtroom. The media is going to be out there. The media would follow, which puts the transport in danger.
Yeah.
Family members of victims, and I'm
Yeah.
not saying that the family members would do that, but they always take that into consideration when they're transporting an inmate like this. So, it's going to be done. Nobody's going to know when it's done. They're not going to tell routes that they're going to take, nothing like that. And the next thing that we hear after he's sentenced is that he has been transferred to the institution. Let's see, that plea deal was some real punk shit. State didn't want to spend the money. Jay Clark, they literally, the defense went to them, asked them for a plea. The state talked to some of the family members on Friday, and then Sunday the deal was offered to him. And then Tuesday, 2 days later, we're sitting here watching them in a plea hearing. That's how quick it was. And I feel bad for the families.
Oh, and I was it Brian Enton or dude, I listened to so many that I can't remember, but one of them did confirm that he did split Ethan's throat. And I can't remember if it was Brian Enton. I'm trying to think of where.
Okay, do you remember that came out a long time ago with some other
Yeah,
details that came out? How the hell
yeah,
did that detail get out?
the carvings in his calves and his legs.
Mhm.
But we didn't know for sure.
But how did those details get out though? Way back in the day.
Oh, Annie Elise, she broke everything about the knife sheath and everything. She had a
But where did she get
connection.
that from?
She had a connection that she wouldn't give up that was affiliated with law enforcement. I will
Mhm.
never forget when she went live, and I remember sitting there thinking, there is no way you got this information. Like, I was calling her a liar.
So
Honest to
there
God,
was
I was calling
leaks
her.
happening. There was
Yeah,
leaks happening way back in the day when this
yeah.
started happening. When this case
Hmm.
first happened.
Yep, yep. She broke it. She broke the news about the knife sheath, about the carvings in Ethan's legs, the throat slitting. She broke a lot of news.
That is horrible, though. And all he was doing was laying there sound asleep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What time is it? I've been on here for an hour and 42 minutes. I guess I need to get off of here.
Yeah, I'm sobering up and I got a headache.
I thought you said you were throwing up.
Sobering.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know why the other went through my head when you said sobering.
I gotta make sure I take some Excedrin, drink extra water before I go to sleep.
Well, you need some Pedialyte. That's what you're supposed to drink when you're drunk.
Yeah, I don't have any Pedialyte.
Stop drinking.
You're
I
supposed to be
wouldn't call.
prepared.
I wouldn't say though. I wouldn't say I got drunk. I've just been highly
Girl,
intoxicated.
girl. Did you say you did not get drunk?
I said I wouldn't say I got drunk today, but I've been highly intoxicated. That's for sure.
Okay, so I have a question.
Mhm.
Are you at home right now?
Yeah.
How did you get home?
I didn't drive.
Okay.
I would never, ever. You know, my little brother was killed on my birthday, hit
I
by a
know.
drunk driver. I don't do that.
I was just asking because then I would have to get upset with you.
No, I would never.
Sally Mae, I know she was drunk earlier. Her speech has improved a little bit since she's been up here. It's not as bad.
There,
She's
I
not
made her
repeating
cereal.
words 2 and 3 times.
Been a good day.
Yeah. I didn't do nothing but lay in the bed today until it was like 1 o'clock probably before I finally got up, maybe 2. And then I just sit at the computer and played with merch and listened to music the rest of the time. Which
Yeah,
reminds me, all y'all that are in my Discord, y'all need to go put some music on the music channel so I can redo my playlist.
the music channel. I didn't even know if there was one in there.
Do you not pay attention to the channels I have in the Discord?
I'm the only one who has been properly putting ads in the right channels lately and then sharing the little thread into the general chat. But I had never noticed music, though, for real. I had never noticed that.
It's been on there since I've had Discord.
Oh,
Jay Clark said no country music, please.
I know there's a recipe one. I remember that.
Yeah, it's right there close to, it's in the same little section as the recipes.
Oh, I'll have to go look at it.
Yeah. I put a video in there the other day. And I want to say I added one today also. I can't remember. I was listening to all kind of music today.
Oh, we've been pretty much just they've been playing patriotic music all day on the lake. It's been nice.
Oh yes. Who was it that posted? Somebody had posted in the regular Discord a different version it's the same wording and stuff like that, the Star Spangled Banner, but it was a
Mhm.
different version of it, with as far as the
Hmm.
music and how it's sung,
Oh,
which was really good. And I put that over in the favorite music thing, and then I've just seen that King Scarlet had posted something in there.
I can't count the number of times I've heard Bruce Springsteen's um oh good God, what's the name of that song? um it's a patriotic song. What's the name of it? Bruce Springsteen. Oh,
I
forget
have
it.
no idea. Oh, it was Ginger that posted it in there.
It's Born in the USA, Avery.
Thank you. Thank you. I've heard that song more times than I could count today.
Well, every
But it's
time I'm
nice because all the boats, like a lot of them are pontoon boats, and they're just either going like real slow and they got the, everybody had the American flag. It was just so nice.
I hear all the patriotic songs scrolling through TikTok because most of the stuff that's on my FYP is like military stuff.
Yeah.
So I get to hear all that. All right, y'all. I need to get off of here. I got to get up early in the morning, and then Sunday I got to go cook for my son-in-law.
All right. Well, I'm going to go down.
Yeah, me too.
All right, yeah, because I need to go to bed and do that. I haven't even got to see my son-in-law since he's been home.
All right.
Good
So,
night.
Good
y'all
night,
have a good night.
buddy.
Thank you both for coming up.
Yep.
All right.
Bye.
Avery needs to go to sleep for sure. All right, y'all. I'm about to get out of here for the night. Tomorrow's Saturday night. I will probably be here tomorrow night. It just depends on what all I got going on tomorrow. And then Sunday, I may not be able to go live Sunday night on either one of the channels just because, like I said, I haven't got to see my son in law since he's been home. He's already been home several days. And I'm going to go cook for all of them Sunday. So I may not be live Sunday night on either one of the channels, but I will let y'all know for sure. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here then for the night. I love you all. I hope everyone had a wonderful 4th of July. And I will talk to y'all at some point tomorrow or tomorrow night. So y'all have a good night.